Hello, welcome back to Oliver's Greenhouse. Just a quick video today. In this video, what we're going to be looking at is my Lithophytic Bulbophyllum hangers. So these are Lithophytic Bulbophyllums, which means they live on sort of freshwater seeps and streams and rivulets, but predominantly growing on rocks or mossy rocks. So they don't have particularly deep roots. Their roots tend to sort of ramble across the surface of the media or just below it. So in order to sort of grow these to specimen size, because I really want to turn these into specimen orchids, I've grown them in these clear orchid trays, or these orchid saucers. They sit below the clear orchid pots and stop everything from getting wet, staining your windowsills and stuff like that. So they were always just growing in this, but they were just sat on top of the swamp cooler here, and taking up a bit of room. And I had these pot hangers hanging around. Excuse the pun. No pun intended. They were sort of lying around, and I hadn't really put them on anything. I didn't really know what to do with them. I didn't really have any pots that were sort of suitable for them. So I realised actually that these things have got a really pronounced lip on them, and I could actually use these pot hangers to support them. So great idea. Snapped a couple of these support hangers on them, hung them up, and I think they look really, really good. Also, because obviously they are lithophytic orchids, their roots are used to seeing a bit of light. And the saucers being clear, it means that the moss sort of grows, continues to grow in there, and also the roots. I mean, the roots become quite apparent. They've obviously reached the bottom of the saucers. I'd like to say as well, in order to make them suitable, I've drilled a couple of holes through the bottom of them, just so they're not sitting in water all the time. There's lots of new growth on this guy up here. This is Bulbophyllum ambrosia. It's got pretty little sort of weird opaque flowers with purple spots. And this is Bulbophyllum fascinator over here, which has got an incredible flower, which is why I had to have. I love Bulbophyllums. I think they're fantastic. Super weird, super pretty. Never really come across one. The foul smell Bulbophyllum. I've never really come across that so far. But these are really, really nice orchids, and just having them on these hangers is I think a really, really useful way of saving some space, and I think it makes them look really good. So here's just a close-up shot of the trays from on top. This is Bulbophyllum ambrosia. It sort of creates these weird sort of cigar-shaped growths. There's some sheaves on here I should probably pull off really. And it sort of rambles. This came with only 3 pseudo-bulbs, and since then it's grown all of these new growths. Some of the new growth you can see here is sort of emerged. I don't know whether you better see this on camera. Is these sort of long bracts. If I take it off. Actually, no, if I just rotate it gently, you should be able to see it. There's another new growth here, sort of growing along the top of the media. Unusual shaped orchid, very pretty little flowers. Supposed to be, it's super easy to grow. I keep it intermediate conditions in these little pots, and it sort of requires little to no maintenance once it's off and away. Over here we've got ambrosia Bulbophyllum fascinator. Might be a bit of a wobble on the camera. Whoop. Move him up here so you can see him. Here he is. No flower spikes yet. I'm super excited about getting some flowers off of this because they are just so unusual. Check them out on Google. Bulbophyllum fascinator. Spelled like that. Type it in, have a look, check out the flowers. They're amazing. You can probably see why I was drawn to it in the first place. Lots of new roots, but no discernible new growth yet. So not sure what this is going to. It's put on a couple of growths since I had it. That one was on since I've had it, and so is this one here. It's also one of the few orchids I have that's actually escaped the ravages of slugs. So super impressed with this one. Great little orchids, great way of growing them. Highly recommend it. Remember, if you like these videos and you want to see more, don't forget to give us a like, and if you feel like it, subscribe. Thanks for watching.